If you smell what the dash is cooking, then you're in the right spot. Welcome to the podcast where we value laughs with a dash of facts. More Life Mondays. I'm your host, Dash. To the motherfucking cash. But let's go ahead and get into that quote of the week. So this week, the quote comes from Mr. Mark Twain. Y'all probably familiar with him, famous author. Um, but he said, "Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence in society," which is to me that means just it's kind of like you see celebrities and even high up officials and stuff how they dress with elegance and class. They got the jewels and everything. They the one that make all the rules. Like, people look at celebrities, they carry all the influence. If you somebody who like me, where I don't carry no influence, I'm not out here looking flashy or whatever, people not attracted to that. They're attracted to the flash. Oh, but that's the quote. Let's go ahead and get into the show.
More life, more everything. More life, more everything. More life, more everything. More life, more everything.
So what's up? How y'all feeling today? Back here another week, episode 8. So shit. Let's go ahead and get into it. Dropped a new EP called Q1 the other day. It's on my other page, that dash type 513. Y'all go ahead and check that out. It's only 5 songs. It's a quick little listen. It consists of a few older joints and then a couple of new ones on there. Also, it's on the latest vlog too. Y'all check out the vlog that dropped this past Friday, where I was just breaking down some wrestling shit, whatever, because it was WrestleMania weekend. Second night just ended not too long ago. Um, but I'll divulge into that a little bit later. Uh, but y'all check out that EP and the latest vlog. Um, so shit, each week it ain't nothing new. Shitting on my job, or at least talk about my job. So the grocery store, lazy motherfuckers. Like, I went and my one homie this past week, he had got scheduled over in the frozen department, but he walked out on their ass the other day, and I didn't know that. But it's because like it's some other motherfuckers over there, and basically they being lazy, they ain't working or whatever. So my nigga was fed up. He left, but my boss came, said shit, she can't be having that. So she put me down there and stuff, and I'm cool with the niggas that's down there. Like, the dudes that was down there, they typically don't work down there. At least when I was over there, they typically don't be there and shit. So I'm working with them and stuff, and I peeped at the one dude. He trying to say he just scanning products, bro. This nigga not doing no work, no nothing like that. Like, me and the old head that's down there pretty much doing all the work. So I'm stopping. And bro, coming over there to explain this up. Yeah, I'm scanning products or whatever. That's why I can't help you out. I gotta scan all the back stock. I'm just thinking like, well, should I? Me and the one other dude that typically worked there, it was just me and him on a day. We put up all the product, and he still had time to go ahead and scan stuff. So I just did my thing, and then shit, bro kept on trying to come over there to me, make excuses on why he ain't helping put up product. Bro, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, it's just words. Like, it ain't no reason why you shouldn't be putting up product. Like, do your fucking job. But I don't give a fuck. Shit, I still left at 6 o'clock when I'm supposed to be leaving and shit. And then I only did the amount of work that I feel like I should be doing. I ain't put up everything. I ain't make sure everything was straight looking nice. Cause, bro, you need to come over there and do some fucking work, bro. I'm not here to pick up after nobody and shit. Them days is done. Like, they know my job. Like, I'm typically the one going hard and shit, and I wouldn't have no problem with that. But if other people ain't pulling their weight, shit, you got me fucked up. You got me completely fucked up. Other than that, it ain't been too bad. Same old bullshit. Uh, oh shit. Actually, nah. One of my homies was finna bang with the with the little assistant manager and shit. I'm sorry I missed the altercation, but that's finna bang because I don't know, bruh be tweaking sometimes. He be trying to act like we can't stop and talk, and it's like for us, alright, I could see like it is a job, so you probably shouldn't, just be stopping talking to your coworkers and shit. But for us though, we can stop talk for like 10 minutes and still get our shit done. Like the good ones, like me and my couple homies, like we always do that shit. But bruh choose the assistant night manager. He be choosing who to say something to. He only say something to the black people for real. Like the white dudes that's up in there that don't do shit every single motherfucking shift. They come in there not doing shit, bro. Don't never say nothing to them. And it's probably just that white privilege shit, but oh well, that's the society we live in. Shit, fuck them. At the end of the day, I told them I'm still gonna do my shit regardless, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. You say whatever over the intercom, all that shit null and void over this way. Cause I do what the fuck I want to. What else? Shit. For real, I ain't got too much else this past week other than that shit went by dummy fast. I swear it seemed like I was just recording the last episode. That shit went by dumbass quick, but some sports though. So this week on Sports with Dash Cash, we got WrestleMania was this past weekend. Y'all know I've been talking about that shit. So like night one, which was on Saturday, um, it wasn't too bad. I said shit how it started off. I can't even remember. I was like in and out somewhat. I had popped some edibles on Saturday, so like after a couple hours, that shit had me like in a daze. But I do remember Rey Mysterio, him and his son went against Logan Paul and The Miz. I think The Miz and them won and shit. Y'all know shit. Anybody that's in the internet game or keep up with sports or whatever, shit y'all know about Logan Paul at least from fighting that nigga Floyd Mayweather. Hold on. Son, what's up? So I got a special guest today. It's my little son. That he doing a podcast. Oh, snap, you wet, buddy. You peed on yourself? Alright.
I'm gonna get my own pee.
Hold on, no, stop, sit down.
Okay.
Hold on, yeah, daddy duties. Arise. Alright, so we back. Sorry for the interruption. Shit, my little son ran out of here. Any of y'all familiar with the vlogs from a couple years ago? My little son, Deontay, he used to be featured prominently in those, but he had to run in for the quick little cameo. But back to them sports though. Shit, so yeah, WrestleMania. What was I talking about? Logan Paul and shit. He had went against Rey Mysterio, him and The Miz. They had beat Rey Mysterio and his son. What else happened on night one? Had Charlotte Flair, she beat Ronda Rousey. That match was alright. Well, I was dozing in and out, so I guess you could say it was a snooze fest. Yeah, I guess you could say that shit was a snooze fest, but that was alright though. Becky Lynch against Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair won that. Then Seth Rollins, shit, he ended up going against Cody Rhodes. As that was predicted, Cody Rhodes ended up getting the dub. And with that Cody Rhodes nigga, shit, I hadn't seen him wrestle in a while, pretty much since he was in WWE. But I just seen he had the blonde hair or whatever. But this nigga look like a grown man now. Back in the day, he used to look like a weak ass little boy when he was running behind Randy Orton and shit. He looked like a little bitch ass nigga, but now he look like he probably can be main eventing and shit. So, that's good for niggas that watch wrestling. Cody Rhodes definitely probably finna challenge Roman Reigns, bro. I wouldn't even be surprised if that end up being one of his first challengers. Then shit, who else? Um, Stone Cold came back for Kevin Owens, the Kevin Owens show. Then they ended up having an impromptu match. Stone Cold won. Of course, hella stunners, hella beers, flying in the ring, drinking, turning up shit. And then night two, like night two, of course, they gotta save the best for the second night. Well, Triple H started it off. That's how it started. Triple H came out. He ended up sitting his boots in the ring and everything. Cause when you retire from wrestling, that's what you do. Like you hanging up your boots. But like with Undertaker, when he did retire, I remember he left his what was it, his hat and his boots in the ring, and his coat and stuff. His signature leather coat. Like they always do that. Same thing with Shawn Michaels. He left the boots in the ring. Ric Flair, all them. But he did that starting off. Um, they had a triple threat tag team match though. At the beginning, it was the Street Profits against Randy Orton and that Matt Riddle dude, and then they went against Chad Gable and this one dude named Otis. That shit wasn't bad either though. AJ Styles against my nigga Edge. That was on the second night. That was a good match too. That was one of the ones I was waiting for, cause I fucks with AJ Styles. And shit, I thought AJ Styles was finna get the dub, but then this nigga named Damian Priest came in and interrupted the match. I guess he teaming up with Edge. They probably finna be the Brood 2.0. And shit, that's what I'm thinking, the Brood 2.0. Bless you, son.
Thank you.
No problem. And then also, Stone Cold came back again at the end because Vince McMahon was out there. He was supporting this dude named Austin Theory. And shit, this thing you know, like Vince and Stone Cold sharing the beers. And Vince already knows something though. Like shit, the next thing you know, soon as you go to take that sip, Stone Cold just hit that nigga with the stutter, bro. Like classic times, classic time. That shit ever if you ever see Vince McMahon get hit with the stunner, bro, he be selling the fuck out that shit. Like that nigga do the most when he fall down. Like so that shit gave me a good laugh. And then Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar. It was a solid match. Like of course heavy hitters and shit. But Roman Reigns ended up getting the dub, so now he the undisputed WWE Universal Champion of the world and shit. So I mean, wrestling should be solid. I'm gonna watch that shit tonight for sure. The Raw after WrestleMania, I'm telling you, it's probably always one of the biggest Monday Night Raws ever. And shit, it's just always more surprises. So they be bringing back other niggas, starting new feuds, shit like that. Just they always set it up to be some high quality shit. Moving on from the wrestling though, let's talk a little bit about NFL news. I ain't really got too much because NFL news finna be kind of slow, given that free agency done already started. And so I mean shit, I done touched on that the past few weeks. And the trades is typically what ramp up during free agency, but all that's pretty much out the way. So the little bit of NFL news that I do got this week is just that Bruce Arians, he the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, shit, my current squad right now, outside of the Bengals, you know, shit, I gotta fuck with the Bucks because my nigga Tom Brady there. But Bruce Arians, the head coach, he retired and everything. And who took over Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator. So finally got another black coach in the NFL. I know they've been trying for years to finally get another NFL black head coach because it ain't been one in a minute other than like Mike Tomlin and shit. Marvin Lewis was there for a while, but since then it ain't really been no other black head coaches. But that'd be good for them. And I mean, conspiracy theory on it though is that Tom Brady actually wanted Bruce Arians up out of there. That was a stipulation to him coming back and everything. But I think that was all like cap though. It was all fugazi shit. Cause Tom Brady ended up coming out on Instagram thanking Bruce Arians and everything. Just talking about shit, how much fun they had and all that shit. Really hyping them up. So I don't think that he necessarily wanted to get him the fuck up out of there. But Bruce Arians been around for a while. He's older. Shit, at least he finally got the Super Bowl he was waiting on a couple years ago. So he's probably comfortable with retiring and everything. And then also he passing it on to Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles been there for years, so it's somebody that he probably trusts. And I think Arians just went to the front office, so he'll still be around, probably in some capacity. But on to some NBA shit. So NBA playoffs right around the block, coming up soon. It seemed like the NBA season started just yesterday, and I ain't even really watched no games for real. I ain't had the chance because with NFL seasons going on and shit, I'm barely ever watching basketball. It's mainly all NFL up until the Super Bowl, and then even after that, shit, I just been busy with other shit. But once the playoffs start, I typically always watch because just the intensity of those games is unmatched. So right now, I know for the West, the Suns, they pretty much got the West locked up. I think they got the best record period in the NBA. They damn near got that shit locked up because they only lost like 16 games. So I mean, we'll see what they do in the playoffs though. Cause shit, you can win all them games in the season, but if you ain't doing shit in the playoffs, all that was for nothing. But they probably would be strapping though. They made it to the finals last year, so it seemed like this year they just on a mission. Shit, and Chris Paul probably finally want to get that ring. Like if he can stay healthy, Devin Booker be cooking and everything. Like shit, DeAndre Ayton played like how they expected him to. I think they should be fine for real, for real. Top four seeds, I think in the West is them, the Grizzlies. Which the Grizzlies, John Morant, I think he been injured, but like without him, they still like 18-2 from what I seen over the 20 games that he wasn't able to play due to injury. But with him, they've been beasting though. But the Grizzlies, who else? The Warriors might be in the third spot, but Steph Curry, shit, he out for the rest of the season. He gonna be reevaluated during the first round, so really it depends on if they can really make it. If he don't come back, it's pretty much through. They pretty much through. But who knows though? Maybe Clay could put in that work, but I just feel like it's not like back in 2016 or nothing like that where they could miss Steph for maybe a round and shit and still make it like they older. Clay coming off that injury, and yeah, I know he was balling out before, but I ain't really heard nothing about him since then. So who knows how much he doing? Draymond, shit, he been on the decline for the past few years, so I doubt he finna be uplifting them for real and shit. So we'll see with the Warriors and then the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, shit, I know he always been good, but we'll see what like his team do. Like the niggas that surround him seem like they don't really step up during the playoffs. Cause I think he averaging damn near 40 points in the playoffs. The two times he made it, but the two times he made it though, he went against only the Clippers and was eliminated in the first round, if I'm mistaken. So we'll see how he fares against somebody else this year. Uh, and then shit. I know at the bottom of the conference, my motherfucking Lakers, bro, they just been losing. Like LeBron been dropping buckets. I think he like number one in the NBA for like points per game right now. But it's still just the team around him was boo boo. Instead of trading for Russ, I feel like they should have traded for Buddy Hield like they was planning on. But in addition to Buddy Hield, they could have got a few more key pieces that can actually score off the bench and shit like that. But then also like Anthony Davis, bruh, that nigga injury prone like crazy. Nigga stay injured. So pretty sure that's fucking them. But right now, my Lakers is sitting outside of the playoffs in the 11th spot. If I'm mistaken, they like a game behind the Spurs now and shit. So I mean, they gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do something to at least make it to that play in. But if not, a lottery pick though. Well, no, we swapped picks with the Pelicans, but the Pelicans trash too, for real, for real. So still probably lottery pick no matter what. We'll be straight. Either we're gonna trade it for something, which I hope we don't. We need to keep that. Plan for the future. Shit, just plan for the future. Um, but on the East though, top four teams over there. They got the Heat, the Celtics, Bucks, and the 76ers. I know every other team, shit for real, didn't look like they doing shit. And even in the East, the Heat, I don't know. I know they had that, what was it, Jimmy Butler got into it with Udonis Haslem, and he got into it with Eric Spoelstra not too long ago. And they was kind of losing games after that. I don't know. Maybe they hit their stride again. I didn't even know they was at the top of the conference. But I mean, they obviously been doing their thing. The Celtics, shit, I thought they would have went to the finals years ago and been won something, but they ain't did shit yet. So we'll see. Maybe this the year. The Bucks, they could be repeating for real, for real. Cause Giannis still doing his thing. Like that nigga Giannis, he's still a monster. And shit, you got the 76ers. If I had to choose a team from the East, I'm probably rocking with the 76ers just because I'll fuck with my nigga James Harden. And shit, I'll fucks with James Harden. So if I had to choose a team, and I know that, like the Nets, like teams like that, like the Nets, damn near at the bottom of the conference too. But that's because KD was injured. He came back. And I don't know what's been going on. Kyrie been iffy since he been playing. Ben Simmons still MIA. That nigga probably not coming back this year. Still, I don't know what type shit he on. And speaking of Ben Simmons, though, I seen he filed a grievance with the 76ers because they fined him. Well, no, they didn't fine him, but they basically didn't pay him for the games that he didn't play. Because he was trying to say, like, it was mental health and everything. And I mean, they tested him out with the doctors and shit, so they knew like it was no physical conditions that was going on. But I feel like just with the mental health shit, that shit only plays so far. Everybody go through shit, so you gotta get your ass out there on the court eventually and play. He basically, just said fuck him, and shit. I feel him not paying him. I wouldn't either. If you're not playing, why the fuck should I be paying you still? But he filed a grievance against him though, so we'll see if he win that. I doubt it, but we'll see. You never know. You might win that shit. What else? Just the MVP race in general though with the NBA. I was looking at that cause I ain't kept up too much with the MVP race other than like all season. Pretty much I heard Embiid or Jokic. Like if I watch Undisputed or First Thing First with Nick Wright, I pretty much always hear Embiid and Jokic. But lately though they saying that who was it? Giannis then pretty much catapulted right past them two back into the number one spot. So he looking like he might be MVP again this year. And so I mean I think it should be unanimous that Giannis is the best player in the league for real. Definitely if you go ahead and get that MVP, because he been balling the past few years. He pretty much unstoppable. I look at him like shit 2013 LeBron, like 2013 2014 LeBron when he was on the Heat. There was absolutely no stopping that man from scoring in the paint. Same thing like with the Shaq. Shaq back in the day, it was no way you was stopping that man from scoring. Shit, you was gonna get your ass ate the fuck up trying to stop him. And Giannis pretty much the same way. So you probably go ahead and get that shit. And shit, you been beasting. He put the Bucks back on the map. I believe that's all I got though this week for sports. So let's go ahead and get into entertainment. So y'all know Will Smith versus Chris Rock. That's the first thing I'm talking about. Shit, the Fresh Prince hates Chris. Like shit. So y'all know he had smacked that nigga up because Chris Rock was saying that Jada Pinkett looked like G.I. Jane. So yeah, Chris Rock had said Jada Pinkett had looked like motherfucking G.I. Jane, nothing. Looking at the photos, the comparisons, I ain't gonna lie, shit, it damn near was spot on. Like, he hit that shit on the nose. But Will Smith has smacked that nigga because of that. And I feel him because, shit, you making jokes about my wife. Shit, I talked about this shit with multiple people. Homies at the job, my niggas just in my personal life, my mom, my girl, shit, other people. And my stance ain't changed. I will smack the fuck out of anybody that's making jokes about my wife. And shit, my girl knows. Hey, my girl, I tell you, she ain't the type that's really joking. She'll throw that shit out quicker than I can. You're my dude to beat your ass if you keep on talking. So even if she just threw that out, I'ma have to hit just because I know that nigga probably gonna be talking shit after that. But for me, if my like I could laugh like shit. I grew up telling jokes. Like that's what we do. And like sometimes back in school, somebody might be getting roasted so bad or you say that joke to where people got a hit. Like it happens all the time. And I think that's just what happened like as a comedian for them. Like you got to understand that there is a territory still like you still making jokes and making you trying to make light of somebody's situation and shit. It's a million people there at the Oscars that you could have fucking made jokes about. So shit, and apparently Will Smith and them had beef with Chris Rock before because of the Oscars a few years ago when they was boycotting and apparently behind the scenes issues or whatever, and he still made the jokes. So, I mean, he got smacked up. But now with that being said, though, Chris Rock should have beat that nigga ass. Like I said, if I'm making jokes about you, you run up on stage on me, and I whoop your ass. It don't matter. Shit. Or he should at least try to hit Will Smith back. Or if he ain't do that, I would have flamed this motherfucker. Once Will Smith sat back down, bro, I would have been going in on his ass, bro. The rest of the show. Non-stop. That's all. Because you angry like that, go ahead, get up here. And my people's going to be on stage. They going to be ready by then and shit. Because I'm pretty sure if that was happening, they would have separated the two before Will Smith got to do something at that point. But, tough situation. I know people trying to cancel Will Smith now. I think a couple of his movies have been delayed now because of that. They said apparently Des finna start working on that Bad Boys 4. That shit got delayed because of that. And he was supposed to be in some Netflix movie. And they pushed that shit back. I just feel like it's just Hollywood reacting to what the people want and what they saying. Because people acting like it's so erratic or whatever. Man, niggas being getting smacked up. Violence is what built this whole motherfucking nation that we in. If it wasn't for violence, we wouldn't be where we at today. Anywhere, anytime any country is making any sort of strides in humanity, it's always at the expense of motherfuckers being killed and slaughtered, something being taken from somewhere else. So now people want to have this little moral high ground with this bullshit. It's crazy. It's crazy. At any time, like, my main issue with it for real when I talk to people, it's just like, as soon as I say, like, well, we talking about him smacking up Chris Rock, they just like, oh, he didn't do that to August Alsina. It's like, what the fuck does that even have to do with this situation? It don't matter. I'm pretty sure that August Alsina nigga ain't say this shit to his face. He wasn't making no jokes to his face. So I'm like, shit, what did that shit even matter? Like, shit, period, point blank, nigga. We talking about you. Like, shit, Chris Rock in this situation talking about you. Like, shit, you making jokes, I'ma smack your ass. Like, shit, tell people shit. You can't tell people how to react. So I understand Will Smith, salute to the Fresh Prince. That was one of my role models too, nigga, growing up. So I'm always gonna ride for my nigga Will Smith out here, nigga. Oh yeah, Will Smith had resigned from the motherfucking Academy Awards or the Academy of whatever, I don't know, shit. The niggas that vote on the winners and shit. Oh, I mean, I guess he probably just trying to save face. If the people against you that run the whole organization and shit, then yeah, at this point, if you're trying to remain in that in crowd, because maybe he just was thinking like, oh yeah, I'm about to do this and get away with it, but now he want to save face with them. and shit. He probably do care to a certain extent. So you know, he went ahead and resigned. Um, Also, shit, he probably don't want to go through them kicking him off and that look worse or whatever. So he just went ahead and stepped ahead of that shit. Let me fix the dewey. I seen last week shit, my do rag was riding up towards the end of the podcast and shit. I ain't even peep that shit, so I have to make sure the dewey straight. But Chris Rock said he's still processing it, and he just went on tour too. I didn't even know he was finna go on tour till the smack happened, and his tickets had skyrocketed apparently from an average of $45 to $450. You nigga, you making way more now because of that smack. So it definitely helped him out. Will Smith movies been trending hella on Netflix and anything else I get on. Now his shit was already kind of popping anyways because it's Will Smith movies. He typically got the blockbusters, but his shit been popping too more. So it's benefiting both from that aspect. But we'll see where that goes. I'm done talking about that shit. It's enough on that. Um, what else? Seeing Monique, the comedian, Monique, shit. Her and Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels is the guy who made what he made, Empire, that show Star. He made Precious, the movie back in the day. They patched it up. Backstory on that was I think Lee Daniels was like one of the main ones that got her blackballed when he was saying like she was acting erotic and stuff like that on set. So it started with that, and he cool with Tyler Perry and Oprah and shit like that. So it just went to them. It's kind of like Kwame Brown said, the whole go along, get along game. 50 Cent, I know he had been calling them out or whatever the past few weeks, and I don't know, I guess them niggas got on the ball. Shit, he made them patch things up or whatever. Lee Daniels apologized to Monique and everything for his role that he played in her being shut down from Hollywood. So, I mean, I guess, like, he's admitting right there shit that had blackballed her, which is some fucked up shit. But Monique wasn't necessarily popping like that anyways from the comedy standpoint. But she was blackballed for real from, like, acting in movies or whatever. So shit is, it's good. They can be back on good terms. She can get back to making her money, how she's seeing. She's gonna be playing in the new Netflix horror movie and shit. She replacing that Octavia Spencer lady. What else? I seen Disney is releasing more gay characters. Yeah, Disney is putting out more gay characters. Oh, or they trying to. Like one of their execs, which was a female. Females is typically more acceptable to the gay shit, I feel like. But she said that she has a child that identifies with the LGBTQ, so she feel like that they need to have more gay characters to feel more inclusive. Now, when I first was thinking about this though, because I used to be so against that, I was like, well, shit, what if I kept that same mindset with like them including black people in this shit, or like just like women getting roles or whatever. And I was just like, well, shit, for real, for real. That's things like you being black or you being a woman or whatever. Them things that shit can't nobody play for real other than that. Like a gay character for real, like you can have anybody play that. You don't have to see that this person is gay. They could just be a normal person. Shit. So unless like I don't know, I'm guessing maybe their character's gonna be overtly gay. Like which is over the top type gay. I don't know. I mean they could be a normal character and just happen to date a dude, or like it's a chick that date a chick, but I feel like they just be shoving that gay shit though down people's throats for real. Like just let that shit happen organically, naturally. Like I don't have no problem with gay people or gay characters for real shit. It's cause bro, it's a gay person in every single piece of my life for real. Like I got a gay uncle. I got gay coworkers at my job. Shit, I see gay people out all the time. Like, bruh, shit, that shit is normal. But for like the TV shows, just let it happen organically. Like, they always put the over the top where you gotta know this motherfucker gay. Like, come on now. They just be doing the most. Jim Carrey said he's retiring from making movies and shit. Anytime any entertainers say they're retiring, you know they probably lying. More than likely. They probably bound to come back, which I think he ended up saying at the end of his statement though. That shit, it might be something way far down the line, but as of right now, I can't see me doing anything major. Uh, this is apparently he's in that new Sonic movie. I don't know. He might have been in the last one too. Shit, I don't know, but I don't know nobody that's checking for that. It seemed like Jim Carrey probably just trying to drum up some clout and shit. Why? You say you're retiring? That's gonna be a big news story, or at least a solid one. He trying to draw out that clout, cause ain't nobody checking for Jim Carrey. It's like shit. He spoke on the Will Smith shit. Everybody finna speak on the Will Smith shit. Why? Cause it's gonna get them all that clout. Like Jim Carrey, ain't nobody checking for that nigga. Shit, this probably gonna be the one and only time I ever bring that motherfucker up on here, unless I just happen to be discussing The Mask or something like that, or what was it, Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty was the last time that motherfucker was popping back in the day. I tell you, shit, ain't nobody checking for Jim Carrey. The fuck, shit. But he retired though, nonetheless, and shit. Still was an OG though back in the day. What he was in? What was it, The Cable Guy? That was a good movie too. Like he had classics back in the day, but these days, Jim Carrey been fell off. Shit, long gone. What else? Seen Black China. She had tried the cap online though the other day, and she was saying she's a single mother. She gets no help or whatever from her baby daddies and shit. So it comes out, and apparently Tiger was saying, well, shit, he got his son Monday through Friday, and on top of that, he paid 40K for his school and shit every year. He paid for all the expenses. She only get him the 2 days out the week. Then shit, Rob Kardashian, that's her other baby daddy. That nigga came out and said, shit, well, he's spending basically that same amount on his daughter. And shit, he keep his daughter Tuesday to Saturday or some shit like that. So shit, Black China, one, she only got both of her kids 1 day out the week. Two, I mean, it's coming out she lying. So like, bro, where's the people at getting on this bitch? Like, you need to get this hoe the fuck up out of here. Cause when Ye was online talking about that shit, saying Kim Kardashian keeping the kids away or whatever, and they saying he lying and shit, people was quick as hell to take Kim Kardashian aside and chew that nigga Ye the fuck out. But Black China been irrelevant. She ain't popping. So shit, she knew that post. And a lot of females do that shit where they try to shit on the baby daddy, even though that nigga is there doing shit just for clout. Like, that's what they do. Like, shit, they want to shit on men because that's going to be their only claim to fame. Like, people, and this is, like, kind of getting off topic a little bit, but even, with that Summer Walker bitch or whatever, like, and now, my bad, I don't even mean to call her bitch, that Summer Walker chick, like, her album apparently, this was, like, a minute ago, but when I was hearing about it, it was saying her album apparently was, like, her shitting on that London on the Track nigga, like that cause she used to date him, but he broke her heart or whatever, and she shitting on him throughout the whole CD. It's no issue with that, right? But shit, it could be Ye, it could be who else? Tory Lanez when he was talking about the Meg Thee Stallion shit, anything like that. They gonna try to get the nigga up out of here saying he's attacking the woman and shit, and they in the wrong. Like, bruh, it's a double standard with that bullshit. But nonetheless, though, back to Black China, though, she, I mean, after she got exposed, like, she deleted her post from the internet, and then, what was it? She came out later on saying something about, like, the TV show had ruined her life, like, her being on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and shit like that, and she getting ready to sue Kris Jenner and all them and stuff. And I mean, that could be the case. Like, maybe the Kardashians did ruin her life. Who knows? They've been known to fuck up people, but shit, for you to just jump out the window though, throwing these false claims on people though, when shit really is some fake shit, it's just, as they would say about the Will Smith situation, that shit's just sickening. It's sickening. I'm disgusted with a female trying to take advantage of a situation like that. I'm completely disgusted. But anyways, uh, lastly, shit, new music. It was some shit that dropped that I'm into. My nigga Chris Brown, he dropped a new song called "Warm Embrace." I fuck with that shit, or "We Embrace," something like that. I don't know. I think it's called "Warm Embrace," if I'm mistaken. But I fuck with that shit though. It's a little vibe to it. It's kind of like mid tempo. Something you could play shit with your girl or whatever. I don't know. I fucks with R&B, so shit. That shit ringing off over here. Um, who else? Shit, I seen J Cole, him and what is it, Dreamville. I damn near was finna call them the Dream Chasers. J Cole and Dreamville. They dropped the Gangsta Grills mixtape. Shit, hosted by that nigga DJ Drama. I ain't got to check that out yet, but I'm gonna check it out though. I heard it's solid. And then who else? Wiz Khalifa, Big Crit. They dropped a song called "How the Story Goes." I fucks with that. It's a smooth vibe. Shit, that nigga Wiz just. It remind me of some old Wiz when he used to just rap. Like it was more of a boom bappy type beat, but not necessarily so much boom bappy like that country style though. Like shit you could rap to. And Big Crit, he do his thing too. So y'all check them out. Shit, if y'all into that type shit. Now on to relationships. So, shit. Y'all ever tried any PEDs for sex? And by PEDs, I mean the performance enhancement drugs. Like shit, Viagra, what else? What's some other shit? Cialis. Shit, the little shit from the corner store, the little pills. Or the Blue Chew. Shit, I done tried the Blue Chew before. Shit. I found out about that on the podcast. And I just always, want to try it. But, shit. For me, like, I used to be so against, like, any type pills like that. I used to feel like, if you gotta take Viagra or Cialis or something shit, oh, you must be shitty at sex. Your dick don't work, no nothing like that shit. Damn, how you on soft all the time, like shit. But and that was never the case for me. But I did try some shit from the motherfucking gas station when I was younger though, just to see that shit ain't really do nothing. But that Blue Chew, now I got that last year, and I done tried it a few times. Now, when I tell you, you take the Blue Chew, oh my gosh, you finna tear shit up, nigga. I tell you about to tear shit up. You take the Blue Chew, and I had the one that was I forget the technical term for it, but I had the one that lasts like 24 to 36 hours. So I don't know, that shit lasted probably like 2 weeks on my shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. It just changed everything. I ain't gonna get into all the explicit details, but like shit, you finna be smashing way longer. You finna go hard. If you do bust a nut, you finna be hitting right back again. Your shit be super bricked up. Like when I say I was bricked up, like shit, it ain't no way to get that shit down. And then I don't know, like I swear shit, that shit made me eat pussy like a monster. I was eating like a monster. Even my homies that I gave them a couple of them motherfucking Blue Chews so they could pop one when they get with their girl, nigga. Like they said, a motherfucking monster and shit. But yeah, y'all don't be afraid to try them PEDs though. It ain't no shame in that. It ain't no shame in that. Cause shit, you gonna get your girl a great sex time too though. So shit, it ain't no shame in that. What else though? Shit. Now, I probably should never have to go through this next situation I'm about to bring up to y'all, but would y'all allow like your girlfriend or boyfriend and shit to whoop on your kids that was from a past relationship? Like say you fucking with a new bitch or whatever, like would you allow her to be whooping on your kids? Like shit, cause for me, I can't go unless like she would have to be around for like so long. Basically like say if my son was like 1 or 2 when she came around. So She been in my son's life like his whole life or whatever. And he older or whatever. By the time he like 5, 6, if she's still there, yeah, bro, you been here. Shit, jack his ass up, hit him with the little pop. I would even tell my girl that, like, if we go our separate ways. Say if now my son like 4, 5 right now. Well, he finna be 4. Shit, so it would be no reason why should this nigga should even be jacking my son up. Shit, you not his daddy. You haven't been his life. But say we do have some other kids that's younger. Motherfucker be in their life, damn near their whole life. Tell them go ahead. But if you touch my oldest, it's probably gonna be a problem. And shit, it's probably gonna be a motherfucking problem. But if I get a new bitch, I tell her all day, shit, you better chill on my boy Tay. And shit, you ain't touching him. Now, if it's some youngins where they can even look at you like you might possibly be their mom, this shit go ahead. But I'm pretty sure like my oldest wouldn't though. What else? Shit, who come first? Your wife or kids? You know, shit. For me, I'm always have to put my kids above my wife, no matter what. Shit, my kids go above anybody. My girl, no, shit. It'd never be a day on this motherfucking planet where she would come before my son. Never. Ever. Ever. Nobody. Same thing with any other bitch that I might fuck with, possibly, in the future. And I don't even want to talk like that, because me and my girl finna get married. That shit, I ain't never finna fuck with another bitch if I can help it. And shit, but nobody. Not my mama. Not nobody. Shit, my kids always gonna come first, because shit, I'm the one that brought them in this world, though. So I feel like at the end of the day, they my responsibility. I gotta make sure they are guided to the end. But that's all. It was quick on relationships. That's all though for relationships that I got. Time for that quick history lesson. Quick history lesson this week is on Granville T. Woods. So Granville T. Woods, he invented over 60 different patents, but his most notable patent was the induction telegraph system. And what that allowed people to do was, like, if you was using the trains and stuff, you'll be able to send a message from one train to another. The trains, at one point in time, they were so valuable because that's how they shipped goods from one part of America to another. Shit, it was the main thing. Like, they still ship a lot of goods on the trains. So he invented something that was definitely needed. Also, he had made the patent for the first electrical powered railway. So shit, he just made it to where they can get from point A to point B even quicker, faster, easier. But shouts out to Granville T. Woods. And that is the quick history lesson for this week. So on the quick hits. Got them quick hits. But so I haven't been hearing too much shit about Ukraine and Russia as of lately. You know, it seemed like that shit damn near died down. Definitely with that Will Smith shit going on. Like, I don't know, I ain't heard too much about it, but I seen like Ukraine was saying though Russia has just been killing their civilians and shit like that. Which, that's crazy. They saying basically like Russia carrying out a genocide towards them, which could be going on. Russia is denying all that. They said they troops haven't just been killing people or whatever. But I don't know, it's like Ukraine putting out footage of one thing, but Russia put out footage of something else, and it's just, I just always say you never know who to believe. Shit, with Ukraine being on the United States side, I mean, that shit could all be fugazi, because the United States known to put out fake propaganda. Always doing some fake shit. So who knows? And then, shit, with Russia, though, I know they ruble, which is their form of currency. I think it's pretty much back up to the same worth that it was before. So I don't think, like, anything's been stifling for real over there. I know they put the sanctions on, like, people buying the oil, MasterCard and all them pulled out. But because Russia teamed up with China and India is buying oil from them and everything, they got backers. So, like, they're still straight. We gonna see how everything play out though. Shit, who knows? But I mean, right now though, it's looking like shit. Russia probably got Ukraine on lock. They probably finna take that shit. But it's all manifest destiny though. Like that's a part of life. Eventually, somebody gonna come in here and take over America, and it's gonna belong to somebody else. We'll probably be long gone by the time that shit happen, but it's gonna happen one day. What else for quick hits? The House of Representatives, they had passed a bill to federally decriminalize marijuana, the weeds. So now they just gotta wait on the Senate to pass the bill. Cause up until then, that shit still don't mean shit. If I ain't mistaken, the House of Representatives they passed that shit before, and ain't nothing happened. The Senate still ain't passed it, but they said as of right now though, it's looking like the Senate will. They got plenty of people that they pretty much got the same interests as the people in the House of Representatives. If I am mistaken, they said it was only like 3 people that voted against it from the House. And in the Senate, they pretty much got, I think it's filled with Democrats mostly, so they probably a vote to legalize that shit. I mean, if not, I'm still gonna smoke no matter what. That shit ain't gonna stop me, but it'll make shit easier if they decriminalize it. Maybe some people can get their records expunged. I mean, I know I got weed tickets, but shit, there's plenty other people that didn't serve time for that shit, like on some dumb nut ass shit. So hopefully that shit get expunged from their records. But you know, shit, we'll see. Lastly, on the quick hits, so this I don't know if y'all remember from last week, I was talking about the little bro that had fell off the ride down there in Orlando. So it was some girl that, and this is the Clout Chasers. Last week was named Fugazi Clout Chasers for a reason. Cause, bro, I swear, and this is all some Fugazi shit. All of entertainment, damn near, it's like anything you see these days. Fugazi shit, and people looking for clout, chasing that shit. But this girl right here, she claimed to be Lil Bruh's cousin that fell off the ride. And this girl was online. She made up a whole ass story and shit, saying how they went to the park and Lil Bruh couldn't fit on a couple of rides or whatever because he was a heavy set kid and shit. And she was saying they finally was finna let him on that ride. And she's like, yeah, go ahead, go ahead. She even started fake crying and everything. But, and then she set up a GoFundMe so people could give her money to help with like the funeral expenses and shit like that. Come out later on, Lil Bruh family say they don't know who this chick is. The shit, no family ties, no nothing. Like, so shit, just another motherfucker looking for clout for real. Old girl ended up getting fired from her job. If I ain't mistaken, shit, she probably finna get arrested and sued. I think they are filing charges against her too. Just cause she done collected money off that. It's just niggas doing dumb shit, bro. Niggas do anything for fame and shit, anything. Any fucking thing. But shit. That's all for quick hits. On to the conspiracy section. You know, conspiracy theory of the week. Always my favorite section. This week, though, we gonna touch on a little conspiracy, a NBA conspiracy that's going on currently. So, a couple years ago, what happened? Like the whole Hong Kong shit or whatever, where China was trying to take over Hong Kong, even though Hong Kong is in China, but Hong Kong, they pretty much govern themselves. They're distant from the typical mainland China government. But China trying to, have them niggas under control and shit. I know back then, their issues with the NBA started because Daryl Morey, he used to be on the Rockets GM, but Morey ended up switching to the 76ers. He came out with saying like he's staying with Hong Kong and shit like that, blah, blah, blah. So that was like the NBA's first defense. Morey ended up coming out later on, apologizing for it, said shit he spoke out of turn and shit. But this other guy in his cancer. Now shit, in his cancer, he's a power forward center, something like that. He always been solid for real. He used to play for the Jazz. He used to play for the Thunder. He just got done playing for the Celtics, and I think this season he ain't in the league no more and shit. But he always been straight a solid 10 and 10 type guy and shit. He always been going hard on that though, on the Chinese government. He's from Turkey too. He always been going hard on the Turkish government. He's even banned from going in his country. Like, as soon as he go to his country, they said he's gonna get arrested and shit just for speaking out against the political leaders and shit over there. You can't do that. You go overseas, like here, we could talk shit on the president, anything like that. You go overseas, they will murk your ass for doing that, and that's what he been dealing with. But nonetheless, China, they banned the games over there, and part of it was because like they still letting this guy that's speaking down on this shit. I mean, he got millions of followers on Instagram, and this Kenner do. So shit, no telling who's saying this. He been speaking out. He spoke out against LeBron and shit, supporting him and shit still. But so basically, now that Enes Kanter ain't in the league though, China just lifted up the ban and shit. They had an 18-month ban on NBA games over there. But once Enes Kanter was out of the league, that's basically when they lifted the ban and shit. The NBA is finally complying with their rules that he can't be there because he is cancer to what they got going on. Because I think Enes Kanter was speaking out about how they got the Uyghur death camps over there in China. He was speaking about just the issues in Hong Kong. What else? The dude Xi Jinping, that is their dictator and shit. Just speaking out about the atrocities that they be committing over there. So shit, they basically said, I mean, you got this guy in your league speaking out like that. Either shut him the fuck up or y'all ain't gonna have no games on over here, which made them lose out on a lot of revenue. I mean, they couldn't just shut down Enes Kanter because, like I said, Enes Kanter is a good basketball player. Anytime you good, they can't just kick you out the league. I mean, like if Colin Kaepernick, if he was a beast-ass nigga, he would have never got kicked out the NFL. You think they would have did that shit to Cam Newton? And shit, hell nah. And with the NBA, it's way more people that they need to put in work in certain spots. I mean, shit, with the NFL, you can get them up there with the ease. And it's always another nigga that can fill that role solidly. But basically, though, I said conspiracy is the NBA, they was banned from China because of Enes Kanter shit. And with that being said, you speak out against China, they will not fuck with you. You see what happened to John Cena? Shit, he had to backtrack on everything. But that's all I got for this week. More Life Mondays. And shit, you already know this the podcast where we say what the fuck we want to say and we do what the fuck we want to do. And I'm your boy Dash Cash. I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace.
Hello world.
Hello world.
My name is Dash.
My name is Dash.
And I be smoking gas.
Smoking gas.
Sometimes I face it.
Sometimes I face it.
Sometimes I pass.
Sometimes I pass.
And if it's Reggie.